Hello, everybody, and how are you doing today on this beautiful, tantalizing Tuesday? Um, I got some major downloads last night, and I did some channel reading, and I did some writing, and I want to tell you what I channeled and what I was writing down. Feel, I could feel the shift. You can feel a change in the air, and it's not just seasonal. I thought, well, maybe it's fall, and you can feel the change in the air, but there's something different. There's something that has shifted completely almost. I heard the song Time Keeps on Slipping into the Future. Um, it's like a spiritual merge being created for our future. Um, I looked at the song to see what the song said and why I was hearing that time keeps on slipping into the future. It's the song is "Fly Like an Eagle" by Steve Miller Band, and it says in the song, "Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free." And then it says, "Fly through the revolution." What that's telling me is because I did get that in a channeled message that we have never experienced a revolution at the end of it. We've always experienced little bits and pieces of it, and we were so young that we probably didn't realize what it actually was. But we are in a revolution and an evolution and evolving of where we're going, and we've never been through anything like this in my age group. Now other age groups have probably remember things, but we're talking, that's how all these things went out, the Atlanteans and the Mayans and it was the mudslides. It was all an evolution. It was the things that they did to us so we'd evolve and they could change the system. uh Revolutions are a radical change for a new system to come forward. Back up your pictures and your documents. I've been saying that, and do not fly. Cyber attacks are going on right now. My suggestion is, which I just did today, is go get some extra water at the store, or put some water if you drink your water, if you have well water or something. Go get some jugs and fill them up just in case. I mean, if we ever did have these cyber things going on and say, you're out of water for maybe a week, like we were in the hurricane. I mean, maybe it's getting people ready when they go through these traumatic things, because luckily I have been keeping stocked up on water and food just in case, because right now our world is really unbalanced. We're getting balanced, but our world is unbalanced. It's wobbling. It's going through the ripples and its waves, and we're trying to free flow through it. And we're getting caught in some of the waves and the vortex and the swirling and this and that. But yeah, I advise you to go get a little bit of extra water and just, keep a couple weeks worth of groceries and stuff on hand, some batteries and candles and things like that. I mean, after this hurricane, and you know what works really great are the solar lights you can get at like Dollar Tree and stuff. Those work wonderful when our electric was out during that hurricane. Luckily, I had a bunch that I didn't open. I saved them. I said to my husband, I got these sunflower solar lights. I'm going to save them up here in the cupboard in case we ever really need them. Well, boom, we had the hurricane. We didn't have any electricity. We hadn't got our generator running yet. And I had these sunflower solar lights that beamed and they were brand new, and we put them in the ground. And by that night we had light, and they worked wonderful. They worked better than like a candle and stuff, because the solar lights lasted for hours and hours and hours. By the time they were done, we were fell asleep. So yeah, there is some things that you can get ready for, and those solar lights are amazing. So let's get into this reading today, because I seen the cards that come out, and it's going to be a good reading. We got integrity, and I had to star her up because her beautiful body offends YouTube, and they would have took it down. So we got this beautiful number 23, which is a 5, which is change, and it's integrity. Act with honesty and honor. Walk your talk. Everyone deserves a second chance. Oppose hypocrisy, dishonesty, cruelty, and injustice. Practice ethical, honest behavior. Do not play favorites. The integrity card is the seventh of the influence card. It represents making choices and acting with honesty and honor. Integrity has many forms. There is personal integrity, professional integrity, artistic integrity, and intellectual integrity. To have sound personal integrity is to have high moral, ethical, and personal standards and to hold true to your core values regardless of circumstances. It is to stand in direct opposite of hypocrisy, dishonesty, cruelty, and injustice. To honor your personal truths, your words and actions are in harmony and do not contradict each other. In short, you walk your talk. To have sound personal integrity is to be of good character and nature. It is to be authentic and not hide behind any deception or illusion. What you see is what you get. Authenticity is the mainstay of a person with integrity. To have artistic integrity is to do what you love because you love it. Yes, if you are blessed to be able to create for a living, you should do so. But the basis of creation should always be love, not money. A person with artistic integrity would not compromise themselves or their craft for money. They will always give you their audience and clients their finest work because when they love what they do, they strive without conscious thought to have their current project or creation be their best. Their heart and passion is always there guiding and influencing. To have professional integrity is to practice ethical and honest behavior in business. It is to accord fellow employees, employers, customers, and clients respect and honesty. It is to meet one's professional duties in a dedicated and responsible manner and always perform your duties to the best of your ability each and every time. It is to strive to offer a product or workmanship of the highest quality and to be willing to grow, improve, and refine oneself in order to become a master of your craft or the top of your field of expertise. To have intellectual integrity is to live by the very same standards that you expect others to live by. It is to be consistent and treat all with equality. It is to be just and fair. It is to hold true to your core values in a manner that is consistent and expected. It is to give those around you the same treatment and not play favorites. There should be no arbitrary expectation, including yourself. Those with integrity do their utmost to avoid hypocrisy, but also know and understand that some of the beliefs they subscribe to cannot always be honored. They inspire, but they do not always succeed, and this does not make them less, it makes them human. Those with integrity are not perfect. Those with integrity are honorable, honest, and accepting of their imperfect state, and do not strive for an impossible idea, but instead endeavor to be the best person they can be in all areas of their lives. Yeah, we all strive for that. I mean, I think we all try to do the best we can. And the card that we got with that one was kindness. And that really goes good with that card because this is the Queen of Pentacles. The affectionate, generous woman or man is the wise helper we all want. Our lives, a lover of nature, home, and their family. They are practical and down to earth. As a U card in a reading, the Queen shows you that now is the time to focus on key tasks and spend your money wisely. An additional meaning is that an influential woman or man at work supports your career. Advice: be hands-on, get involved, give practical help, and share your knowledge with those who need it. Yeah, we're all coming together. We're all starting to come out and share our knowledge. We're the teachers and the students. And we all, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Anybody can say whatever they want to say. If I say it and you go spread the word, go spread the word. If you say it and I go spread the word, then we should do that. I'm not asking for any money, so I don't need your kudos and your money. Other than our GoFundMe page, which is the hurricane, which will disappear. I'm not doing that for money. When I don't need it anymore and we're hurricane fixed, it won't be there. And I still won't ask for your money because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here. I come out because I needed to come out because I needed to be a spiritual teacher and I also needed to be a student, a spiritual student. And we also got the 12, the scribe, 3 is Trinity. And we get the scribe a lot. The scribe is a record keeper. He's a messenger. Information, knowledge, traditional history, personal history, preservation, and censorship. Let me explain something that I think people are really going the wrong way with. And I thought about it last night when I was doing the angels and ancestors cards and they were coming out. And I was thinking about it. And I'm thinking about I'm going to use religion, because religion has been a staple in everybody's home, most everybody's home, forever, that I can remember. Religion looks at when they say gods and goddesses, okay, they look at them as you're worshiping them over God, is what they call God, source, the I am, the highest power, whatever anybody wants to call source, God. Okay, whatever they want to call it. That's not the argument. The argument is when you get a god or a goddess and you're talking about the history of that person, they automatically in the religious sector assume that that is a god that you're worshiping. Okay, let me stop that. Don't ever worship anything. And God is within us and part of us. We are one with God. So it's not like we're worshiping him or her. We are loving. We are showing love and gratitude for our creator because he created us in his like image. So if we do not have powers, okay, to heal and fix and teach and learn and all this other stuff that people tell us that we shouldn't do, that we should just read a book and you'll get all your knowledge there and you shouldn't think in your mind and you shouldn't feel that way. That book was made by man. That book was written by man, okay? Man is not giving you your inner feelings. God is. Source, our creator. He's the one that's giving us the intuition. So when we talk about God and goddesses, they were amazing teachers. We probably, they called them God and goddesses back in the olden days in our history. I think we need to change that to teachers and students because that's what they were. They were just a higher form of spiritual teacher. So they called them gods and goddesses, not necessarily, they didn't worship them. They learned from them. So we really need to put that out there and kind of turn that wheel the other way, how it's been spinning all of our lives. At the religious sector, they're feeling that we're doing spells and we're worshiping gods and we're doing all this. And I'm not. I don't know how you feel and how you've been taught, but no, we should never worship anything like that. We should basically worship ourselves, which worships our creator because he is one with us. So if we don't take care of ourselves, okay, and I think worship is the wrong word. To tell you the truth, I think worship is that word should just be, I don't like that word, okay? We should be one with ourselves and love ourselves, okay? Not worship ourselves, love ourselves with our love and gratitude spirit from our creator and learn from the beings that our creator brought into our circle. So we could learn and grow and teach with that. So yeah, I really think that things have been put way out of place with the religion and the spiritual. And I also, I don't know if I wrote it down, but I seen it in a dream. I don't know how long ago it was, but let me explain this dream I seen. It was the religion learned from the spiritual, and the spiritual people learned from the religion. And we realized the truth about both and what was false about both. And we came together as one with our spiritual religious beliefs. So there isn't, spiritual people tend to look at the Bible and the religious sectors as cold and angry, and the Bible's kind of cold and angry in some places. But there's a lot of learning in there, little bits and pieces that was word from the creator, but it's been manipulated. So I think once we open our intuition and our senses, we will be able to feel when we read something like that, what is real and what is made up on both specters of the universe, the religious and the spiritual, because they've both been manipulated. So we really need to think about that when we're talking about gods and goddesses. I think we need to give them a different name because it's confusing to the religion. And I can see where it would be confusing to religious people, because I'm talking about, let's say, goddess Isis or goddess, any of them, Thor and Thoth didn't want to be a god. He said, I'm a teacher. So they called him a god and made him at this god. And then the religious sector are like, oh my goodness, God. They're worshiping this and it's scary. And they just manipulated it. So we really need to unwind that and think about how they manipulated it. And they shouldn't be gods and goddesses. They should be teachers and students, because that's what we all are. And that's what I really see, that's our future thought pattern on this whole subject, because I see the religion and the spiritual merging together as one. And it's going to be beautiful, but we're not here yet, but it's going to be beautiful. So the scribe is a record keeper, the keeper of all knowledge and information about past, present, and future. He is a priestly man, although not necessarily a religious one. His religion is knowledge and wisdom, tradition and law, philosophy, religion and science, mathematical and the arts, history, current events, and events that are coming. He has a reverence for books and makes little room for anything else in his life. They are his constant companions, and when he is not reading and memorizing their contents, he is searching for new source of information and collecting their contents. He is searching for new source of information and collaborating those contents. He is searching for new source of information and documenting that information so it can be recounted with ease. He is on a perpetual quest for knowledge, not just for his own benefit, but for all of mankind. He believes that record keeping is the cornerstone of civilization, and without accurate records, the past has served no purpose. Yes, they didn't keep accurate records. They manipulated them. And what happens when you manipulate records is you don't have anything accurate in the history. So right now, our history is out of balance. So once we start learning the truth about everything, everything will come into a balance and alignment, and then we will completely. We will be completed with the balance and alignment. It's like right now, it's like we're driving in a car with a flat tire. And until we get that tire fixed, it's going to wobble and we're going to be off. It's not going to be a fun ride. And right now it's not a fun ride. Unlike the sage, the scribe is a man without intellect, bias, or prejudice. He is objective and passionate about preserving, having, and providing the most accurate information, and values being values being to be able to provide the most accurate information. He always offers knowledge from several perspectives and differing points of view. He is a man of letters, and those who know him see him as multifaceted. He is a philosopher, a historian, counselor, teacher, instructor, and more. He is respected, he is knowledge, is treasured. His knowledge is also feared by those who seek to control the information and knowledge that he has amassed. He holds the key to the library. He knows the secret of kings and churches and politicians that have brought leaders to power and removed them. With the knowledge he has, he himself can make or destroy nations. It is a power that inspires fear, but also a power that he would never use because of the man are little importance to him. Knowledge is his God and the only God he worships. I don't agree with that statement. We just went through that, and I don't think that knowledge should be anybody's God, and they should not worship just one thing. Yeah, I don't agree with that statement right there at all. When the scribe appears in your reading, he symbolizes the importance of documenting your life journey. I do agree with that, though. We should document our life journey and we should write it down because if we ever have cyber attacks, we could lose everything that's online. Whether it be through photos and journals or blogs or video recording your story so it can be enjoyed and remembered, and do it in a manner that can be safely preserved. Write your thoughts down on paper. Keep scrapbooks full of photos and thoughts about your favorite experiences. The scribe asks that you value the act of writing things down. You might wonder at the necessary, but while the technology at hand enables us to store a wealth of information, it can also be unreliable and you risk losing everything if a hard drive fails and the cloud should cease to be. This is a warning for us because we got the chaos card yesterday. And right now, I know that there's massive chaos going on in this country, all countries right now. And we have cyber attacks going on. And I have been telling everybody to download, and the scribe appeared, and he's telling everybody to download. So really back your stuff up. If you don't wish to write things down, take the appearance of the scribe in your reading as a timely reminder to make multiple copies of all that you have stored on your phone, computer, and laptop. You sometimes won't realize the extent of your loss until after it occurs. Don't risk losing those precious memories and keep them safe. You know, another thing I was thinking of the other day is when we were younger and we had the phone book, I talked about the phone book and the pay phones and stuff. If we didn't have a phone book, we didn't know anybody's number, but a lot of us memorized numbers. We had all of our friends' numbers and our nanny's numbers and our grandmas and grandpas, and any number that we needed to remember, we had to memorize. We don't do that anymore. We don't memorize numbers anymore like we did. Everything is on our cell phone. And guess what? I went to the store the other day and I didn't take my cell phone. And I thought to myself, if I break down, I don't have anybody's number memorized. I have my own number memorized. But my husband's outside and he's not going to hear me call if I'm broke down. So who am I going to call? So I've written a couple numbers and put them in my purse just in case, because or memorize them, because scribe is telling us that we are going to mess up if we trust just the computer and the cell phone to hold all of our stuff. So my advice to you is if you don't have an address book and all those phone numbers in that cell phone and you don't have them memorized and you want to keep some in case the grid goes down, my advice to you is write them down. Because this is a warning and it is trying to tell us something, the scribe, because we've been getting them quite a bit. The scribe also signifies that there might be a need to seek someone out who can help you with some research you may need to do. You may need to visit a library or even seek out someone whose specific role is to archive records and collaterate. Whether you are trying to discover your family history or wishing to follow a path that is steeped in tradition, now is the time to start asking questions and discovering the answers. Yes. We need to ask a lot of questions because right now things aren't what they seem at all. You need to be really careful and pay really close attention. Because when we got the Four of Pentacles with that, and that is security. So to me, that scribe is a big, you need to pay attention to me card. Four of Pentacles advice is enjoy this period of calm and order, but stay open to new possibilities too. Keep looking for new ways to expand your empire. This is the security card of the tarot. When your finances are on track and work and relationship are happy and stable, you are able to provide and care for others. Overall, you've reached a point at which you can sit back a while and appreciate the strong foundation you have built. However, because this security has been hard won, you may resist positive change. We are all going through change. We've never experienced a revolution like we are experiencing now. We're experiencing the end of the end of the old guard. And we're not used to something like this. So it's catching us off guard. We also got the Three of Air. I said I feel it in the air, and all of the cards we got today were air cards, except for the Scribe, and there's another higher card. Other than that, they were all air, and I can feel something expanding in the air. I can feel a change coming. And I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's not just a season change. It's a big change, and it's coming real soon. Not in a year or two from now, real soon. And it will be in our vision soon. Expand this card reminds me of a Harry Potter type card, and he's got his dragon, he's lit up, he's in his books, and actually the scribe was just there with all the knowledge and all the record keeping, and all he cared about was books. And now we're getting this again, and they're telling us to download our things and preserve our things. We have something coming that is not going to be good, and we have to be prepared for this. And these cards are telling me that. The Three of Air symbolizes the importance of education and study in helping us to reach our highest potential, as the scribe just told us, and reminds us that education should be thought of as a lifelong process. It is going to be a lifelong process because what we just went through was a false education system. There were bits and pieces, like little crumbs of the cookie that were true, and the rest of the cookie was stale. It wasn't true. It was throwaway. And we learned it. So now we have to get rid of it, and we have to relearn. So we will be relearning. That will be our next task in this evolution when we go into the new. And it'll be gradual, but we will be relearning too. That will be gradual too. Life itself teaches us. Every experience can offer us a lesson. The people around us and those who come into our lives can all teach us and guide us. They can give us insight into who we are, who they are, and our relationship within society, nature, and our immediate environments. Education serves to help the individual develop an understanding of life and to comprehend it. It helps to maintain a sense of freedom and purpose. It helps us to determine whether a situation is right or wrong for us and provides us with other options. It also helps us to see that there can be long-term ramifications, rewards, and consequences to our actions. We learn of our history. We learn of our possible future. We learn about nature and the world. We learn about ourselves as a race, and we learn about the universe in which we dwell. The knowledge we receive via an education empowers us, and more we know, the more we can accomplish. Education helps us to use our minds and our senses to our benefits, to protect us from being fooled, manipulated, and deceived. And it also gives us the means to follow our dreams. The more we learn, the more we can comprehend and easier it becomes to communicate and express ourselves. Yes, I completely agree with that, but we also have to be careful on what we're learning. There's a good and a bad that is teaching everybody, and we need to be able to decipher which is good and which is bad. And my hair is driving me crazy. Ah, ah. Okay. But to become both learned and educated takes time and a willingness to commit oneself to a lengthy process of study and evaluation of the information we have gathered. We must observe and listen, study, absorb, and then be tested to see if we comprehend what we have learned, and then observe more and listen more, study, absorb. But we can't all stay in a book all the time. We have to learn from the outside world too. I mean, I just don't see how reading a book, because we don't even know if the book is real at this point. I mean, we have to be careful what we're studying and what we're looking at, what we're doing. And I think we need to use our best judgment in what we're reading. The Three of Air reminds us to move through life with the intention of learning from life. Yes, learning from life. It's not just a book, it is learning from life or experiencing from the people around us and from the world around us. To accomplish this, we can ask questions about everything and everyone with whom we come in contact with. We can seek out our elders and those who have different customs, because one will teach us a tradition of a history that is not discussed in books, and the other will expose us to the ideas and beliefs that are different to our own. Both in turn can provide us with the contrast and depth that will enable us to perceive the world from multiple perceptions. Listen to listen listen to their stories. Allow them to teach you their trade of their history and culture. Learn from them and their lives, and you might discover they have given you the means to improve your own life. When we have the desire to learn and to nurture our talents, while patience will stand us in good stead, a desire for instant gratification will likely hinder us. It takes a true willingness to commit oneself to study and learning. The learning sometimes something and learning it well requires dedication, commitment, and time. Sometimes it takes a lifetime, and sometimes the lessons offered will repeat and repeat and repeat until we can perform a task as naturally and with a little as thought as breathing. It is important to remember that sometimes learning cannot be rushed and that practice will give way to ease and confidence. Repeat lessons and practices make it easy for us to understand, to comprehend. Yeah, that's how we grow. We learn, we comprehend what we learn, we weed out the false, and we take in the true. The problem is we have to weed out the false now because everything has been so manipulated. Three of Cups came with the Three of Air, so that's a trinity. And the Three of Cups is reunion, and we have been getting this reunion card a lot lately because be carefree, enjoy the company of those who make you laugh. Celebration, friendship, healing, fun, flirtation, indulgence, and creativity. The gathering together as friends and family, and that is a perfect card for that. I wondered why these cards came out the way they did, and now I'm not wondering at all. I know it's all leading up into what we really need to think about and what we're going through, because we got the Two of Air. Duality, polarity, separation, unity, interrogation, integration, choice, and the big picture. Everything has an opposite. Duality divides and separates. Polarity unites and integrates. When you create, you also destroy. Embrace an open mind. Nothing is ever black and white. A choice between dichotomy and integration. Sometimes both parties can be right. Yeah, we are going through a massive change, and it is like both like duality and polarity. And the theory that everything is creation has an opposite. Yes, we do have an opposite. To me, this is like the choice card. We have the balance beam, the Libra sign, and it's white and black, and his chakras are lit up. So we do have the duality is the theory that two opposing forces come together to create a state of chaos. In this theory, positive and negative poles repel each other. And so there is a constant and ongoing battle between the two where one seeks to overcome and be rid of the other. What's that sound like? Sounds like the world we live in right now. Polarity, however, is the idea that two opposing forces exist in all things within the universe, not as separate competing forces, but as complementary opposing aspects of a singular whole. In this theory, one is just as necessary as the other. One does not exist without the other. And in some situations, depending upon one's perceptive, one could be even said to be an identical mirror image of the other. Consider a magnet, for example. It is made up of positive and negative poles. Without either one or the other, the magnet ceases to be a magnet. You know, what that's telling us is the world we live in right now is going to cease to exist. It is not going to exist anymore. So, where was I? More often than not, both polar opposites are experiencing in unison. For instance, when you create something, you destroy the state that existed prior to your creating it. So as we're creating our new, the old is being destroyed. So that's why when we need to speak out into the universe, we need to speak the positive, the good, the everything we want, and not the negative that we don't want. With the duality principle, however, one force is always better than the other. Right and wrong, love and hate, light and dark, positive and negative, creation and destruction, all illustrate extreme opposites where one is perceived to be good and the other is bad. And the primary goal is for good to triumph to overcome the bad. Duality divides and creates two separate states. It creates a state of one versus the other. It creates a warlike state of conflict that serves only to perpetuate more chaos. Wow, that sounds familiar, doesn't it now? Duality is black and white. Polarity is the entire spectrum. Duality divides and competes. Polarity unites and accepts. The two of air offers a choice between two paths. You can choose the path of dichotomy or one of integration. One offers conflict and the other offers peace. Well, I'm going to go for the peace. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I know how they want it to be, but what we want it to be is we want peace. And the card I got with that, which is interesting, was the Ten of Swords endings. And we've got this a lot. Walk away and let go. Focus on the present rather than dwell on the past. Yes. The 10 as the final number of a card of the swords is the summing up and ending, usually involving some degree of drama. This can come as a shock or as a relief as you see the situation or relationship for what it is or what it was. It cannot develop and grow. However unwanted this card may be, when it arrives in a reading, it does tell the truth and helps you to see what needs to be released. Yes. We are going to see the veil lifted and the truth come out, whether anybody likes it or not. And a lot of it we're not going to like. But what we're going to get at the end is the beautiful triumph. Because we got it, it's interesting, okay? We got, I don't know how I want to read this. I am going to read the Father card, okay? The 5, the Father. Center of power from within the family unit. A time for decisive action. We got the Father card a few days ago. And this could be, in my opinion, it's a mother or a father because they talk about the strong part of the family and it could be either or. What did your father teach you? Guided instructions and inspire confidence, set up and take charge, be interested and supportive, not critical. The buck stops with you. Fulfill your obligations, allow others their autonomy, share all tasks and responsibilities, step out of the Stone Age. Yeah, we have been in the Stone Age, and that's what we're stepping out of. And it's not feeling too good because uh, when we step out of that with the Father, we get the angel of earth, we get the healing. And that is a number 14, which is a 5. And guess what? The Father was a 5, which is change. Either way, we're going to go, we're going to change. Advice: you'll need to work a little magic now to reconcile opposites. Be patient and compassionate, and you will get everything done. Balance, reconciliation, patience, flow, compassion, finances, and angels. This card of the healer negotiates, manages, and parent, who must soothe and tempest of demands to keep the peace. You know, it's kind of interesting. It talks about the parent, and you've got the father. And I also said it could be the mother. It could be the strong supporter of the family. To do this, you may need the patience of a saint or an angel to support you. The angel of the ocean asks you to look to your spiritual side to see the lessons your situation offers you rather than become overwhelmed by others' emotions or stress out by their complaints or needs. An additional meaning is healing past trauma, balancing mind, body, and balancing your finances. So budgeting and financing planning may take priority now. Also, the angel of ocean can be a sign of angelic guidance. Know that your angels are here to protect you through this demanding time. Yeah, we have our angels all around us and our ancestors. They've been calling out because we are going through a time of chaos and we are going through an ending of something we've never seen before. It's kind of like Revelations in the Bible, but it's for the baddies, not for us, not for the goodies. Because the last card we've got is a number 17, and it's journey. You are created by your experiences. Your character is shaped by your past. How does your past influence you? Are you reliving your past in the present? Smile over the good and make peace with the bad. Choose quality experiences. Act with reason and purpose. Avoid involvement in unwanted conflict. Yeah, stay in your own lane right now. Don't go into anybody else's lane and get into conflict. Create happy memories. Learn from your journey. Don't make your truths a prison. This day is yours to shape. This is where we're going. Now, we need to look at this card a little bit because you wouldn't believe the next card that I got. We got a number 17, and I'm not going to break that number down because number 17 is our number. We love number 17. And anybody who knows what's going on with 17 and the alphabet, you know what's going on. So we've got the journey card. And I love this card because he has the key around his waist and he's got his little pack and he is going on a journey. He's got his staff and he's got a butterfly right here. And there was the flash, and he's got a dragonfly going into this one, and there was the flash, and he's got the, looks like space, and then he's got the light. He's got the dark, and he's got the light. He's got the dark over here on this side, and he's got the light over here. But guess which way he's going? Which way does he have his hood tilted? He's not looking this way. He's looking this way. Because he knows where he wants his journey to end up. not in the darkness. He wants to be in the light. So he's going to go with the butterfly because we are in the butterfly mode. I love this card. The journey card represents the first of the 8 influences cards. Your life journey, your past, is made up of choices, experiences, and moments that have shaped and created the person you are in the present. You are the sum total of all that you have experienced, and your journey and the person it has manifested plays a foundational role in every choice and decision you make. Yeah, we've leveled up. If you haven't leveled up, then you need to work on your leveling up, because as we proceed through life, we get wiser and wiser with the wisdom we learn from around us. Your journey has influenced your personality and character. You have been shaped by your success and failures, triumphs and mistakes, heartbreaks and healing. The moment you have been alone and the moments you have shared with others, your journey has shaped your likes and dislikes, your bias, your beliefs, and has governed all action. If you look back at your life, you will see that you have moved through from one moment and experience to the next. You have faced obstacles and overcome them, and you have had moments that have brought you so low you did not believe that you could continue to live. You have had your heart broken and believed it would never heal, but it did. And once it healed, you then traveled forward to the next moment, forever changed. The choices you made from that point onward were influenced by what the past taught you. You have also experienced times of intense joy and bliss where the moment has been perfect. You have loved with every fiber of your being and laughed until you cried. These moments have also had their influence, for they have made you lighter in spirit and moved you forward. The journey card represents the life you have led and will lead, and how it has shaped you, changed you, created you, and influenced every choice you have ever made and will make, and every experiences you have ever had and will have. That is a great number 17, because we are on a journey. We are on a treasure hunt, a quest for the truth. And we're all awake. A lot of us are coming awake now. We are in butterfly mode, baby. Okay. Now, the last card we got with that was the 8, justice, which is also balance, which is infinity. And the advice for this one is take a practical approach. If you need to make a decision, go with what is realistic rather than idealistic. The solution doesn't need to be perfect, just workable. If a decision that affects you is made by others, accept it is the best they can do at this time. Calm decisions, integrity, truth, legal issues, support, and vindication. Yes, that is where we're going. We will be vindicated with these corrupt hoodlums that are running our country and the things they are doing. It will be coming out. So we have a gateway of light activation, and we only got one because we're only going to get one, I'm thinking, for a while, because they want us to concentrate on the one card. We were getting like 3 and 4, and sometimes it's hard to do all that learning, so we've got one. And we have got this before. This is the Sephram's Gateway, and it's a beautiful card. It's voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. Yes, our throat chakra is activating, and we're using our voices to come out now and teach. And we're also using our voices to ask questions and learn. And we have the divine support coming in through through the ancestors, through the angels, through the spirit guides, through the higher self. Everything is starting to align. Everything has light codes coming all the time. We're seeing flashes. We're beaming, feeling great. Some of us are going still through dark nights of the soul, and it'll get better. So the Seraphims are the highest form of angelic beings who are said to radiate from the heart of Source. They have been described in many different ways through the ages, but what is common is the idea that a brilliant light emanates from them. The word Sephram means burning ones. For in ancient times, light was associated with fire, as this was the main source of light within the homes. These beings of infinite light are essentially divine love that is taking on an angelic form in order to serve the universe. When they have appeared physically, they have been described as having 6 wings, and they are known for their heavenly voices. In fact, miraculous planetary shifts are reported to take place when they sing. In the heavenly realms, they sing in constant praise of the Creator. Other angelic presences report to them with regard to their spiritual duty. As it were, it doesn't operate in such a linear way, but this is the best way for us to understand the process. If you have ever woken up hearing your name being sung, the serpents have visited you. When they come to you, know that you are blessed to be in the presence of angelic beings that emanate directly from the heart of Source. Their voices will help awaken the angelic presence you hold within so that you can support the expansion of the world. Yes, we are expanding. So that would make sense that they're showing up now. Beautiful. You are blessed to receive the light of the serpents. Know that these beings of infinite light are singing your name in the heavens to unlock the power of your own voice. Angelic support surrounds you at this time. Know that you are safe, for you are being held by the presence of love. The serpents are witnessing the glory of your being and activating your angelic qualities. You care deeply about the welfare of the planet and all her beings. In fact, you are hoping to make a great difference in the world. And the reason for this is you are carrying angelic light. Let it shine on the world around you. Yes, we need to let our light shine because we need to come out. We need to let our voice heard. We need to raise our throat chakra and use it. That was a beautiful card. And these other cards will open the doorway to the rest of the message. We got one card in here that we have never got. Now, we have got the other 2 cards. We did get 3 cards from the Soul Helper Oracle. And the 41, which is a 5, which is change, is the lotus within you. And the lotus flower is an amazing, it is. When you start seeing the lotus flower a lot, you know that you are a master of the light and you're on a high. So we are seeing the lotus flower and the koi fish again. And that's beautiful. When you hold this card in your hand, all of the choirs of angels will be looking down on you. You are now ready and will surpass yourself and become an inspiration for all beings in all worlds, in all times and all dimensions. You will awaken and follow your soul path as a master. Think about the image of the lotus on this card. The lotus has its roots in the mud of a lake bed and grows inexorably towards the light, just like you. It rises up through the murky water at the bottom of the lake, just as you outgrow your base feelings and emotions. However, its final goal is yet to come. It grows up through the clear water just below the surface and finally unfurls its beauty, but only when it has found the light again, just like you. Its fragrance, its true beauty, is at last released into the air, the element of pure thought, pure spirit, and wisdom. The path that it follows from the mud of the lake bed through to the surface cannot spoil its faultless beauty, dim its radiance, or distort its bewitching magical scent. All that the lotus is, you are too. It represents rebirth, fertility, clarity, purity, and perfection. Its fragrance, however, is its true magic, as it transports us, liberating us from the illusion of time. Your soul is like the fragrance of the lotus. You can walk in all times, all worlds, and in all dimensions. You might think that you are none of these things, nor are you wise or a master, but know that there is no time. Everything is now. Start to believe yourself are the light from the future that shines on and guides you. You have long since been a master in the light on high. Yes. I love this card. Your soul helper oracles for the next 21 days is the koi. The herbal essence is the lotus. The healing crystal is the ruby, and the number is 5. So let's see what the number. Ooh, we got 4 cards in this one. I thought we only had 3. Wow, that was a hidden message, I guess. So we've got 5. The number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation and belief and insight. Yes, that is I love this card. I love the lotus. I think it's a beautiful, inspiring message. And we did get this card, and we have had this card before. This is protect what you love. It is your duty and responsibility. And number 7. And if you look at this card, she is protecting that puppy because that puppy cannot protect itself. So she is protecting that puppy. And we have to remember that all of our brothers and sisters and all of our soul family and everyone around us, we need to take that gentleness and protect it. Right now in this world, we have to protect. You're responsible for the things and beings around you. The well-being of your loved ones should be your primary concern. You're responsible for protecting them, which involves being mindful of their needs, but you are also responsible for yourself, your safety, well-being, and dreams. Protect all of these too. Protect everything that you love, everything that is dear to you, whether a person or an animal, an idea, or indeed your health. Fight for it. Remember your duty and do not worry about what other people think or say. Stop trying to please everyone and saying yes to everything right now. Today is the day to begin protecting your own boundaries and those of the people who trust you and whom you love. You are a noble warrior of light within who beats a great and loving heart. You have the right and the sacred duty to bring confidence, security, and dignity to the world. You have drawn this card because it is one of your greatest strengths to protect others. Remember this live accordingly and feel this strength within you. Be sure to give this aspect of yourself more space. You also have the precious gift of being able to give comfort, which gives you strength and confidence. Remember this too, and use it generously. Give your loved ones your time, reassurance, and comforting love, and you will receive all these many times over in return. The helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the lion. The herbal essence is the lemongrass. The healing crystal is the amertrin, and the number is 7. So let's see what the 7 does. The number 7 indicates that you should always trust the magic of your own heart. You will be given the gift of light that makes a deep connection between you and the mysteries of life. Over the next few days, fill your soul path with love, even more than usual. Love every moment, love everything and everyone, and you will become the magic of your heart. The energy field of this number 7 is like a gateway of light. It is death, birth, magic, light, and the completion of a stage in life. Number 7 brings new soul paths. So that is a perfect card. I can't wait to get to the rest of them. Now, this is actually the back of the deck, the Soul Helper Oracle, but this is the card we got, and I've never pulled her. She's a number 36, which is an 8, infinity. Success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life. Celebrate your success, your happiness, and your life. They enrich you. Enjoy them to the full. Life is full of ups and downs, and we can experience some form of loss or failure at any time. Such is life, full of highs and lows, laughter and tears, clarity and despair. But this does not matter right now. So dress up, put flowers in your hair, and dance through life, because now things are looking good. When happiness comes into your life, make sure you enjoy and make the most of it. You cannot bottle it to enjoy it at a later stage. Live joy and fully in the moment. To be rich is to know that you cannot hold on to a single second. Do not even try, but instead turn it into a celebration. You have drawn this card because you are successful right now. You are on a high, feeling free and happy. You may have forgotten to celebrate a recent success, but you can do that now. Just keep reminding yourself that true success means finding a clear perspective on everything, living with dignity and grace, and recognizing your soul path. True wealth is always to be found in the heart rather than in the bank balance. Remember that there are always reasons to celebrate yourself and life. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the Pegasus, the herbal essence is the patchouli, the healing crystals, the moss agate, and the number is 9. This has been a really great reading so far. I love these cards. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom and unconditional, deep healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown and the new. You know, we keep hearing the mysteries of the unknown because, yeah, we're going through mystery school. We're going to start to learn the mysteries of the school that was left behind, that we forgot about, because we're in Earth school, but we've got mystery school coming in. And I can't wait. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion. Let's see, I read that. Its energy field is indestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 is 18, whose digit add up to 9. 9 times 9 is 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9, and it adds the 2 digits of resulting numbers together, and they always add up to 9. It is almost as if it is absorbing every other number through its calculations. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. Yes. Wow, that's deep. And you know, we have been getting this one, and it is an 11. It is a master number, and she is an angel. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. Yes, we have the angels and the ancestors and the spirit guides and our higher self coming through right now. We need to listen. The path of your soul is a path full of light, but here in this world, the danger of being led astray by darkness lurks everywhere. You have drawn this card of protection. Place it somewhere visible over the course of the next few days. It represents a warning. Be aware of the actions you take. Stay centered. An idea, do not go out. Avoid conversation where they are not necessary. Try to postpone as much as possible until next week. Do not let anger or other low energies influence your decisions. You would regret it bitterly and perhaps even lose something of great value. Do not make any decisions this week. Be brave, clever, and smart. Trust your feelings more than your intellect. Put your trust in the angel at your side. Be sensitive to the balance of emotions in your heart. Acknowledge your lies and let them go. Yes, we have had that card a few times, and that card is telling us, it's kind of like a warning to use your intuition. And if it says, don't go there, don't go there. Trust yourself. Now we have the angels and the ancestors, and we got some great readings. the first card that we got, we got this card, I think, the first time I opened this deck, and this is a beautiful card. It's Direction Guardian, Choose Your Path. And we got the Journey card at the end, number 17. So that's telling us that we really need to pay attention. Connect with your deepest desire, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. The Direction Guardian represents the angels of direction. These amazing angels are the ones who come to us when we are at a crossroads and don't know which way to go. When we are unsure of what is right for us or of the bigger picture, they can help us know what is best for all involved. The Direction Guardian refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel, who is said to have seen an angel with 4 different faces. One was a child, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. These 4 faces show that angels can appear in many guises and guides, used in many different directions, but always for our highest good. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectation for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose it with your heart. Yes, we don't want to go back down any paths that aren't going to make us happy. Yes, they could be learning experiences, but they also could be wrong turns. So be really careful with that. We got the Shoan Master, be graceful in movement and action. That's a beautiful card. And he's got a grasshopper. It looks like a praying mantis, but I'm thinking it's a grasshopper because, I think it was in Karate Kid. He says something, patience, grasshopper, when he was in a hurry. So I'm getting that vibe off of that card. So let's see what this says. Slow and steady, breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. Shaolin monks practice Chan Buddhism and are masters of Kung Fu art and tradition. Chinese medicine, Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and to tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtly, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you are working on. The Shaolin master, like a monk, has respect for all things. Depicted here holding a praying mantis. Okay, it is a praying mantis. I was thinking it was a praying mantis or a cricket. One of the forms of Shaolin material arts, he is disciplined and guided by his art, and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your moment, choices, and actions. You are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentle approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. That was interesting because, if I remember correctly, we got all air. We got all air cards in that, except for the 2 major arcana cards. And flying through the revolution, everything was about the flow of air. And you hear that song Winds of Change where they're whistling and they're singing about the winds of change, and that was a revolution too. That was a big time. So there is a lot going on right now, and I think we need to take that master's suggestion and slow down a little bit. We did get the drum, dream, and journey. And we got the journey card at the end there in that oracle. So that was interesting. This is a great card. Journey inward to uncover insight and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. This drum is inspired by the sacred drum of the Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In shamanic tradition, in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realm and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surround you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner visions is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true. Know it and live it. Yes, they do come true. I have met people in my dreams and have met them in my waking moments after the fact. So yes, I have met people in my dreams that have helped me, and then like lucky, and then I've met them in the real world like a year or two later after the dream. The last one we got was the sage. Be devoted and committed. And we really need this at this time. This is a great message for the last card. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. Inspired by the Hindu cave dwellers and yogis of the Himalayas, the sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insight to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and of your inner workings, because the awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. The devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important that you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. What have I been telling everybody? We are all teachers and we are all students. And someday what I say might trigger somebody to become a teacher or learn more. And what I say, I hear and I learn more too. So I'm learning too. I'm not just a teacher. I'm a teacher and a student, and we all are. And I think that was a perfect ending for this reading. Oh, I love that. So I think that gives us a fresh perception on everything going forward this week. And I love the guidance that these cards are bringing to all of us. It's just amazing, the love that just flows out of the cards, and the spiritual guidance and the wisdom and the leveling up that we're doing right now at this point in life. It's just beautiful. So now I am going to put in the show more section. Oh, look at all I'm seeing rainbows from my rings. It's beautiful. In my world, I'm seeing rainbows. I don't know where yours what you're seeing. But anyway, I'm going to leave a link to my email. I will be doing private readings just for a while, for the GoFundMe page for our hurricane relief. We're still behind and we still have a little bit more to go. And I will put the GoFundMe page. I will put that link in there. If you can help, please do. Um, we're so grateful for any help we can get right now for hurricane relief. And if you can't, I completely understand too. I love you all so much. And may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.